Okay, you guys, today's gonna be a really cool, fun time. We're actually, this is Spike, and we're at 3J's Tortoise Sanctuary, and is this amazing? And you know what? We even have somebody to make sure that we get all the stuff that I may not even know about Galapagos tortoises. One of the largest, maybe the largest in the world, considering that I heard of 1,100 pounder, and I thought there was an Aldabra that was the biggest one, and I heard it was 900. But now apparently I might be wrong about what got the biggest. So Glops are holding their records. Rebecca, come on over here. This is called living the dream, by the way. What do you think?
Yes, these animals are one of the most regal, prehistoric, amazing species on the planet, and it's a blessing every moment we're in their presence, for me anyway, for sure.
She gets to actually help them when they're laying the eggs. You know, the idea is that first of all, they're an endangered species. They're Appendix 1 endangered, and all these tortoises are being bred in captivity, and they're being selectively bred for their genetics, because there's a lot of extinct ones that were literally extinct years and years ago, and they're taking and they're breeding them and trying to bring back the genetics from the ones that are no longer available and that are no longer alive. And so some of these tortoises are actually going to go to a special breeding project just to ensure their purity and their longevity. And it's pretty amazing just to see giant dinosaurs. This one here is over 500 pounds, and Spike's over 500 pounds, and 1,100 pounds is the record. Is that correct?
I believe so.
1,100 pounds is the record. Can you imagine? I mean, look at the size of it. Look at the size of this. Is this amazing or what? So the story, here's the story. So years ago, they were brought in from different islands, and they didn't know they were all genetically slightly different. And so what happened in a lot of zoos, they got bred together. And the amazing part about it is it's going to work for the benefit in the long run, even though it sounds like a total mess up, because now all these genetics are from all these different things are all in this tortoises, and many of them have went extinct over the years, and so now the genetics are locked into these tortoises. He really wants them, and so now they're going to be able to work towards breeding, coming back to, you know, the original genetics. They lay eggs. You know, when they'll lay a clutch of eggs. They'll dig a spot up and they'll lay the eggs. And Rebecca actually tries to assist, because what happens is an egg can drop on another egg and crack. It could do almost anything. And of course, these are endangered species. We don't want to have even one not make it. So Rebecca will actually sneak over there and put her hand down below and actually catch the egg in the air sometimes if she can. Sometimes she can't catch every egg, and they'll incubate them. A lot of people wonder, why do you incubate them? Well, it's real simple. Because incubation has a lot better success rate, and there's just no reason to have an animal that is endangered not to be multiplying it and as good as it can. And so they're given the best food, the best environment. The ground is actually dug up and rocks are removed in order to make sure that they don't have a lot of problems, because where they come from, they have, you know, the right soil and everything. So this soil has a lot of rock in it and can be a problem for them to actually even nest in. And so they go through the whole nesting process, and it's just an amazing thing. There's even a more amazing story behind the whole thing too. I get educated every day of my life, and anytime you think you know everything, guess what that means? You quit learning. So, did you know that Steven Spielberg was inspired for E.T. off of that right there? E.T. phone home. You talked about your favorite tortoise. Are you ready to go show it to us?
Yes, Conan.
Okay, let's go play with Conan.
Tiny is also my favorite.
She likes them all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play favorites. Don't worry, guys. I love you.
I think she already did. So this is Rebecca's favorite. Even though she claims she doesn't have a favorite. No favoritism.
I have favorite things about each one.
There you go. That's a good catch. So tell us about some of the characteristics you love about him.
So Conan is actually the newest member here, and he's a purebred. So not only does he have an awesome personality, but he's contributing to conservation, and he doesn't even know it. So he's one of the most, the males, sometimes they are a little bit more elusive with the love, but Conan, he will totally accept it, and I've experienced that. So he's been one of my tops. Even
show everybody when they tripod up, when they
the hydraulic.
whatever, yeah, whatever you want to call it. Look at this. Is this incredible or what?
He loves it. They seek you out for it too.
And people say they don't like attention. Do you really believe it? I don't know. I think this is proof that reptiles can like attention, even tortoises. Yep. I'm telling you, I played with a Komodo dragon before, and the guy told me, oh, he's an attention, I can't even say the word. And the funny thing is, as soon as we got him out, he immediately came over to us, started petting him, and he just, like this. Kind of like this right here.
It's like that dog type of love.
Absolutely, and people don't realize that. We're gonna go chase somebody down before she goes to sleep, because she's actually Rebecca's first egg catching. The first egg she ever caught was from this girl. What was her name?
Isabella.
Isabella.
Like the island.
So let's go check out Isabella, like the island. Conan, you make it happen. And Conan here actually was. We were involved in Conan a long time ago, and he came from San Diego Zoo, and me and a friend had a permit, got him from the zoo, and we ended up partying with this one, and it's such an amazing thing that I showed up here, and here he is. It's like, no way, is this cool or what? My old buddy. Pretty amazing. Really amazing. I had no idea I was going to have this happen today, and I still could barely believe it, to be completely honest. I haven't seen him for I actually did see him one time since then, but I haven't had him for probably, I don't know how many years, but I think it's been about 20 years. I have to go look at my records because I'm kind of curious. So anyway, pretty cool, right? Let's go check her out. This is Isabella, and this is Rebecca's first tortoise that she got, a Galapagos tortoise that she was able to catch eggs and actually help. You caught how many eggs?
It was 10 eggs.
Oh, but how many eggs laid?
She laid 11.
She laid 11, and I caught her. She thought she caught all 11, but I had the video. I saw the video to prove that she didn't catch 11. So anyway, that's got to be amazing. Can you imagine that experience? I mean, look at it. It's amazing. Now, all this is actually because of somebody else's dream, and his name is Jason. He's going to get over here. Jason absolutely has loved animals his whole life. I don't even know Jason, but the little bit I can understand, it didn't take me long to know that I know I'm right. And this is part of his. This may be something that he does out of a passion, and a lot of people don't understand that. And they say, oh wow, but he sold a tortoise, or he did this, or he did. I sell animals every day, and people don't understand my passion. Just because you sell an animal does not make it that you don't have a passion for animals, and it doesn't mean that you don't care about them, because these animals take a lot of care, a lot of money, and a lot of research, DNA tests, all kinds of stuff. You can't do research without money. The government doesn't just mail you money because you love something. And so sometimes through the process, you end up being so successful, you have extra eggs and extra things. And so sometimes the animals end up in zoos, sometimes they end up in private collections. But at the end of the day, they usually end up in somebody that's passionate about animals. And that's the case, I know, for me, and that's how I got into this. And how did you get into this totally?
The way I got connected was just through networking, and I'm a zoology student, so I was looking for volunteer work. And
so listen to this, okay? I get a message at least no less than 10 times a week with how do I do what you do. So I want you to tell. So she just told you the beginning of it. You know what I always send you guys, because you're the ones that send it to me. I say, work really hard in school, try to take anything zoology, try to work towards veterinarian type things, and I say try to find some place that you like, that you can either internship or even work at if possible, because just like you need to make money, just because if you work and get paid working with animals does not make you a bad person. It makes you a person that you could probably make a lot more money somewhere else, but you're doing what you love. So do you have anything else you could add to that I missed when I tell people?
Yeah, I mean, you can have all the education in the world, read the books, but it comes to hands-on when it comes to real life animals, and it's the reality of it's an industry. So you want to be one of the good ones and give away your time and show your passion, and your dreams come to you.
Absolutely. True story. And never do anything for money.
That's true.
Because you'll get tired of that eventually.
A very rude awakening
It's
for
got to
that.
be a passion, and you know, Rebecca has a gift with these animals. You know, I saw it right away, and that's, you know, she basically helps me run this place now. And one thing I want to say, this is not just my passion. I have 2 partners involved.
Awesome.
That really are another passionate driving force behind 3 Jay's Tortoise Sanctuary.
Awesome.
It's not solely
And
my
one of
own
the Jays
passion.
is not this Jay.
No. I got my buddy John Heidecker and our partner Joe Slater is also part of this.
And so we got the sun going down, and you know what the funny part is? We're not done yet. So that looked like a close, but it was just a game to tease you guys on. Let's go out. We're gonna go look at some really cool more endangered species real fast before the sun goes down. Okay,
let's go.
do it.
Let's go.
So you talk about endangered species. Here's some more really endangered species. You want to give a little bit of background? The 2 of you, come on.
Well, basically these are Madagascar radiated tortoises, Atrochelys radiata. Obviously they come from the island of Madagascar. They are
along with lemurs.
Along with lemurs. A lot of, I mean, so the biodiversity of Madagascar makes the Galapagos Islands look like a joke.
On a vacation.
Yeah, basically, you know. So these are a critically endangered tortoise species. They're going out of business quick on the island of Madagascar, but thank God they do very well in captive breeding programs, and there's quite a few stewards of these animals throughout the United States that are, you know, like ourselves,
insuring them.
That are basically, these are an insurance colony.
To this day, they're still being eaten in Madagascar. There's certain things in life you just can't stop.
Yep.
When people have been there for, you know, that's their island, their life, and they've been there forever, and they're still doing the same thing they did hundreds of years ago, or thousands of years ago. Unfortunately, there's still a problem with it, and so these animals kind of ensure that there's going to be some genetics around, spread out throughout the whole United States, like he was saying, and Jason was saying, and it's amazing that through captive, you know, propagation, you can preserve species.
Absolutely. And something else that's really kind of on a positive note that's concerning this species and Madagascar is these animals were obviously been smuggled many times out of the country.
Right.
They get smuggled out. They go to, a lot of times they go to Asia, or they go to Europe. And when they get confiscated, they get caught by various wildlife agencies. Madagascar would never take these animals back to be repatriated. And the reason being that is it's an island environment, and once these animals leave Madagascar, they might basically contaminate the entire island. So what happens is now, recently, through the TSA, the Turtle Survival Alliance, as well as the Chelonian Research Center, they have funded the building of quarantine stations back in Madagascar. So recently, for the first time in many years, they're actually being confiscated animals are being repatriated back to the island for a period of time and then reintroduced back into.
And that's awesome. So that means even then, some of this stuff might eventually be needed there, and it could genetically bring back some things that have been lost over the years. So these are some of their holdbacks, and you can see that you wonder what the little color is in the corner of their shell. That's actually so that they know when they put the colonies together that they put the right genetics together, so they're not breeding them back to mom and dad and all that stuff, and they're bringing in different lines. And so this is some of the holdbacks for the future, so you can have more walking around and have more babies and have more fun saving the world. So take care, guys. Okay guys, so here's the deal. Normally I'm saying, hey, I was at so-and-so, and go click the link below and follow them on YouTube. But this time it's, hey, click the link below and follow Venomous on Instagram. And I really want to tell them thanks a lot, both of you guys. Obviously, she invited me, to be honest, through him. First asked permission, and I'm just glad they both accepted it, and I think all you guys ought to be thankful, because you got to see a lot of really cool stuff. So thanks for following us. Make sure to click the links below and follow us too.
This is Madagascar.
Subscribe to our station and you'll see more coming. This is the cool part about being in the wild. We got one! I thought it said Satan's spawn right there.
Used to me, he's used to... What did you say?